Alright, the long overdue videos has arrived. I'm gonna do an introduction on the new Kubota. It's a BX2670. So here's the loader, pretty decent shape. I'll name some of the stickers have come off. It came with a little quick hitch there, QH05 quick hitch. The loader's an LA243. And the mower deck, 60-inch mower deck. Now, this is the first Kubota I've had or seen really up close. Look at that belt. It's like a double belt. And the pulleys, or mandrels, or whatever you want to call them, blade spinny thingies, are very beefy as well. So, backstory on this machine is I bought it out of North Dakota. Basically sight unseen. I mean, there are pictures online, of course, but I didn't inspect it, start it, touch it, none of that. And bought it sight unseen and then picked it up 2 or 3 weeks later. The first problem I found was these guide wheels. As you can see, they're all kind of rusty. So they're kind of frozen in place. So it wasn't too bad for 3 of them. But one of them, that one right there, as you can see, the top has been pounded and flattened from somebody trying to free it, and it just was locked in place, rusted, whatever you want to call it. So had to take it to my father's house, and we heated the heck out of it till it finally freed up. So that was problem number 1. And again, I realized buying something sight unseen from a dealer could be a problem. So the mower deck has been on it. I have run it. I did cut grass a couple different times at my parents' house with it. Does a halfway decent job. I didn't have it leveled as well as it could have been. So anyway, there's that. So let's go look at the unit itself. 2014, I've been told. And there's the back of it. Seems relatively tippy with the cab on it, and you can see it looks pretty narrow. So, you know, I've seen and read a lot of people say you should put spacers on the back to give yourself a little more stability. So, obviously it's got a cab. It's got the auxiliary hookups here and back for hydraulics. Rear PTO, of course, 3-point hitch. The cab is pretty wild. I mean, you can see it's got a handle here, and a handle up there on the back. So I think this whole back thing comes off, or at the very least rotates up and out of the way. Now all this business is going to be in the way here, but we'll look more at the cab here in a minute. wheel weights are from that BX2660 you guys saw in my previous video, or one of my previous videos. That's where I bought it from. So the second problem I found was the PTO engagement lever was pretty much frozen, just wouldn't move. And along with the PTO selector from front, mid to rear. Should I say front or mid to both to rear only. Anyway, they're both frozen, so it just pretty much had to, it was just from lack of use. I think it was pretty much used as a loader unit. So I had to take the tire off here and get back in there, lube it up pretty well. As you can see, it's nice and dirty. Could use a good cleaning. Got a new Kubota spinner. There's the heat for the heated cab, and then this is your on-off. It just turns the fan on and low, medium, or low and high speed. And it runs on coolant from the engine. As you can see, it routes down underneath there. .50-inch snowblower. It's a BX2670D. It's also from that BX2660 you guys saw in the previous video. This thing is basically like new. Tractor had only had 80 hours on it or something, 80 or 90. So this was probably only used one season, would be my guess. And it looks like it. Most of the dirt on it is from me hauling it home. So the hood's a little bit dinged up. The front Kubota symbol is gone. Both headlights are a little bit foggy. Dry hydraulics hookup. And this is the way I had to route that rod for the chute. It's gonna work out all right. You know, with a cab, you should have either the electric rotation, or they have a hydraulic option as well. But this blower came off of a non-cab tractor, so of course it didn't have that option. So this is what we're left with. Yeah, it works out fine. So this is where the gas cap actually is, strangely enough. And you got your high-low here, you got your 2- and 4-wheel drive, you have your rear implement and mower deck lift. And you know what? I don't even know what this is for. Some sort of, it's probably the auxiliary hydraulics, actually. It's 700 and some odd hours. 746.7. So the cab, it's got the wiper right there. got these two levers to open the front. It only opens a little, well, it doesn't have any shocks on it, so it doesn't really open and stay open. Other than just as far as these open like that. Obviously, these little thingies probably pop out. You could push it out further, but it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any shocks. So the front opens. It's got a rear view mirror. Let's see what else. So the doors come off pretty easily. Just disconnect the shock. And it should lift right off out of there. So for summer use, you can certainly take the doors off. This window opens here, or it slides back here. The top looks like it comes off or flips up because it's got the shocks up there. Let's see, there you go. It's got the shocks up there on both sides. Little disconnect lever there. So that'll come up and provide more air. Then you can see there's the hinging for the back as well, so that would flip up and out of the way. So it opens up pretty good for summer if you really wanted to use it for mowing. I'm probably not going to, so I don't have to worry about all that. So kind of a cool little cab. You can see it's got a little extra space back here. Kind of like a little less claustrophobic, I suppose. But it don't really bother me. I'm going to be nice and warm, so I guess the smaller the area, the better. So let's see. I mentioned the second thing that I found was that. The third is an oil leak up front somewhere. I can't really see it here, but it does leak some oil. So, see how bad it gets. I'm not going to mess with it right now. And we got a block heater of some sort. So that's it. I'll start it up here and let you guys listen. It's already been started. I meant to actually take a cold start video, had the picture or had the camera all lined up, but didn't have it on, or didn't have it recording. So let's fire it up. Glow plugs, you can hear them doing a thing, or maybe that's the fuel pump, I'm not sure which. But there is no light to tell you when you can start it up. Just in the manual it says, depending on the temperature, how long you should wait. So. So 26 horsepower, 3-cylinder Kubota. I will say it's a bit noisy in the cab. Got earplugs there. Whatever. Ear muff. Ear protection. direction. So you'll be seeing more of it. Most definitely snowblower videos. That's it for now.